guess I can thank you.
Welcome back, guys. And yeah, I'll be taking over for the rest of this Halloween. And today, as you saw, we're reviewing The Entity. This is, in all fairness, one of the most prizing movies ever. Now, I showed a little bit of the film, but that's really all I really want to risk showing. It's not because the film is bad, but it's because of the nature of the film. Now, the story is, as you can clearly see, based on a shocking true story, and it is. This film was one of the best made ever. It tells a very human story, a very weird story, and one nobody thought would ever exist. I mean, how often do you think a ghost is one going to get laid? Wow. There are some horny ghosts. But that was the plot of this film, and it works so well. This is probably going to be the quickest review out of the whole 13 days of Halloween, but I felt it needed to be done. Not only because this is a ghost story, but because of how incredible it is, especially when you hear about the original story itself. Now, the story is set around Barbara Hershey's character right here named Carla Moran. In the real life, her name was Doris Byfer, the real woman. And it was an incredible story. Here was a woman who was living with her children in a house in Culver City that, for all intents and purposes, should have just been condemned, and it wasn't. And she was being physically attacked. Now remember, her children actually saw her being attacked, and then sometime later she's in a bookstore trying to find books on the paranormal, trying to make sense of this, and she meets two investigators. These are real people, by the way. Now in the movie, everybody's given a different name, and I think that's actually a good thing. I only mention Doris Byford because I don't even know if she's alive anymore, and finding information on her is kind of hard. And frankly, I would say leave the poor woman alone if she is still alive, as well as her children. Just leave them alone. Let them be. But the movie was great with how it's set up, and the way the story is told is so well too. Now, here's the thing. The actual writer for the movie and the original novel, yes, there was a novel before there was a film, was actually involved in the case. So it's pretty cool in that regard. And they saw some amazing stuff. And it just kept exploding and getting worse. And the movie does a very good job of that too. And Barbara Hershey does a very good job of playing this incredible character. She's a working class mother. She's still pretty attractive too. And, she's got a boyfriend, and all of a sudden, all hell just breaks loose for no apparent reason. She's being attacked. Doesn't make any sense. And things just keep going and going and going and going and going. And it just keeps getting worse. Sorry, cold. Even the dead get it. So, yeah, sorry. But yeah, and it just keeps going and going and going. The fact that we see her scared, concerned, grabbing her children and fleeing her home is so powerful. And the fact that there are times when she's even almost pleasured by this thing is actually kind of scary too. I'll be fair. Women can get pleasure from, extracurricular activities as well as we can. It's just how it works. Otherwise, we all wouldn't be here. But the emotions on this character, and Barbara Hershey plays them so well. But what was so interesting is that they did a good job of not overdoing it, not showing everything. And in fact, at times, just like in the real case, they would be there and nothing would happen. And then all of a sudden, all hell would break loose. And the parallels between the real case and the movie are just so good. But I think what's also very good is the little bit of the physical human villain, or more or less somebody who thinks that his way of thinking is the right way, and that is her psychiatrist. I'm not making this up. And he's concerned, he's thinking that she's got delusions, she needs mental help, maybe time in a hospital, some medicine. But to be fair, even though he's kind of this human, annoying villain, his weird, you can do this, just work with me, is still coming from a good place. And that's what makes his character work. Then you have her who's dealing with all of this. And at first, she really does think it's all up here in her mind. And then the first instant of it happening, not to her or her kids, happens. Her friends, they see this. They see the power of this thing. And this actually happened in real life, too, by the way. And all hell breaks loose to her. I can only imagine what that must be like. This woman went through so much. And the movie does quite a few things. How it ends, I'm not going to tell you the ending, but it does state, just like with the real case, that after the events of the film end, she does live, of course. I did say I didn't know if she was still living or not. She moved away, but it followed her. And the activity at the time of the movie's making was still occurring, just not as aggressive. That is scary enough to think of that. And I've just taken a look at it, watched it on Blu-ray, and although I do admit the film could use some updates here and there, maybe some really, really good remasters, it has still never looked this good. The film looks great. However, it is an older film, and it's not really kid-friendly, so I do want to warn you about that. And as you can see here, I got back into my Akatsuki outfit, the pumpkin mask for the rest of Halloween. So you'll see this during all the 13 days of Halloween or any special little things. So there's that. And I just like wearing masks, like being able to walk down the street in case I ever have a legion of fans and just be myself. Just saying. So the guy asked about why I wear a mask in one of the comments for the Outer Worlds video I did, the unboxing. And I intend to play that and do stuff, but I've been a little busy lately at the time of this recording. So there's that. Still, this is a good movie. It's definitely showing its age, though. I will say that. However, what rating do I give it? Do I give it a recommendation? Yes, but not for kids. There's sexual content. There's definite violence. It does have some themes. I would really recommend it for teenagers and up. So I'm going to give it that kind of a recommendation, and I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. That's right, 7 out of 10. It does deserve it, too, by the way. And a must-see for that group. And I also want to say that it's a good movie. It's not perfect. It's not easy. But the characters are done well. They have good character arcs. You feel for these people. They feel real. They're based on real people. And it was just great. Plus, if you do get this Blu-ray edition or a good DVD copy, you will also get a plethora of special features. I don't know if you can read them or not. I'm sorry if you can't. But there's quite a bit there. So there's that. And I highly recommend the movie for that. So I'll see you guys later. By the way, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Hit the bell for notifications. And also, talk about your own thoughts. Just no spoilers to the movie, okay? And I'll see you guys later.